Our mutes are muted.
Oh, hello.
You don't have to talk for a little while once we start over.
Yes. I'm just gonna control the volume. Oh, it says we're unable to watch.
She can't hear us yet. Can she hear us?
Laura, can you hear us okay?
No.
Mics are green.
The mic
The mic is
green.
yeah,
She's muted, but
She's still here.
There she is. Now she's connected to audio. Laura, you can hear us okay?
Yeah, there we go.
All right.
Miss Blanchard is Owen there.
I'm muted. Now I'm on. Owen's eating dinner upstairs.
All right.
Is this your swan song, Laura?
We can call this my swan song. I was like, I definitely have to at least log in. So
Well, I'm glad you're here.
yeah.
Deanna, if you want to
Ready to go?
make it official.
Okay, 6:08, we will call the meeting to order. Introductions, are we gonna go around?
Sure. Come on down.
All right, cool.
I'm Tim Mankey. I'm one representative for the town council.
Carol LeBrecq, Human Services.
Kayla Hendrickson, Human Services.
Deanna Rainey, I own Karma's Closet, and I'm the representative for the Newington Chamber,
And the chair.
and I'm the chair.
And the chair.
Yes.
Don't forget
I'm
that.
the backup.
With the close vote.
Melanie Enfield, I'm the pastor of the Church of Christ congregation.
I'm Olivia Harris. I am a youth representative.
I'm her dad, that's all I'm here for.
Laura?
I'm Laura Blanchard. I'm one of the assistant principals at Newington High School.
Hi everyone, Jessica Weaver. I'm on Newington Board of Education.
And Jules Calabro, I work for a behavioral health organization, so representing that kind of world.
Right. Approval of minutes.
Deanna, just one thing, do we have, Laura has historically been doing minutes, so I'm not sure if she's doing them or we need to have somebody step forward to do that.
Hi, guys.
We're hanging out with Helen Nelson.
We just did introductions, if you guys want to introduce yourselves real quick.
Sure.
Christina Redmond. I am the school social emotional counselor. Thank you.
Tim Bugie, school resource officer, high school.
Awesome. Okay, so we need to know if someone else will be taking minutes from now on.
Yeah. I can take minutes.
Thank you. We appreciate that.
I will do the best I can.
Do we have minutes to vote in?
We did not have a quorum in December to hold a meeting.
Okay. So, no.
So no.
Perfect. Moving on. Review membership, vacancies, renewals, and upcoming appointments.
So I think we are a full slate at this point. Everybody's been appointed officially and sworn in.
Yay.
And Laura has an announcement to make.
So this will be my last official Youth Adult Council meeting. I have been I accepted a position as an assistant principal supervisor of special education at an elementary school in Glastonbury. So my last day in Newington is February 15th. So I step into that new role on February 16th. So it's bittersweet, but this will be my last Youth Adult Council meeting, and then Mr. Harris and the other assistant principals can fight over Youth Adult Council.
Congratulations.
Thank
Yes,
you. Thank you.
All right. Anything else with anything else? Vacancies, renewals?
No, none of that.
Okay. Screenagers presentation.
All right. So we have met, I think April 4th is the confirmed day for the Screenagers viewing. We have been working to line up what do you call them? Like
Booths,
booths,
like-
yeah, like tables, different organizations. So some of the folks we had reached out to are Amplify, who oversees all of our local prevention councils. They oversee the youth adult council. We reached out
I'm
to,
gonna pull it up on my computer right
yeah,
now.
I know we were working on a list together, so.
There's talked to, I can't remember which organization, but it's they're gonna do a van outside.
Is it changed the script?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so that's through the clearinghouse,
Clearinghouse, mhm.
Connecticut Clearinghouse through Wheeler Clinic. They have a change the script
Mhm.
mobile van that offers, they have like videos that they play about, like safe disposal of prescription medications. They also have like Deterra pouches, which are medication deactivation pouches. So they'll have those available for folks, and they'll have resources as well to hand out.
So they were on board. The couple organizations I'd reached out to are free to come, so.
Is there anybody else that you want there that?
Is there anything?
Do you have
else?
connections, Joel, or ideas?
Yeah, I mean, so I work for Carolina, that's
Mhm.
my day job. But we have like a network of providers for each of the corresponding DCF regions, the 6 regions. I actually cover Region 5, which is not this region, but my counterpart works in Region 6.
Mhm.
So I'm wondering, is there anybody in particular, or how many providers do you want? Like
So
who
when
do
we.
you want any help to reach
Yeah,
out
when
to
we
anybody?
went to see screenagers that West Hartford had done, they had, their SRO had a table, their Department of Public Health had a table, Amplify was there, I think Hartford Healthcare was there.
Connecticut prevention,
The
the governor's.
prevention partnership was there.
Yeah.
So I think they had a total of maybe like 6 or 7 tables, where folks could kind of gather resources before heading into the viewing. So I think probably somewhere between like 6 and 8, enough where people will have a little bit of time to kind of move through, but not feel like they missed out on anything.
And
I
it's,
think given
April-
your background, you would know appropriate resources. So if you're willing to reach out, that would be great.
Yeah, would you like to work together, just kind of coming up with that list and we can reach out?
So
And it's April 4th, and what time is it?
it's a Thursday.
We were kind of going back and forth about that start time, so I think some people had suggested 6 or 6:30, so it'd be great if we could decide on
Nail
that,
that down.
because I met with I have a Stop the Stigma Club as well, which is like a mental health and substance use on top of the class I teach, but I was talking to them about that today. We're just gonna try to, at our next meeting, kind of like make posters and kind of try to get start getting the word out, because that's gonna come fast. So if we could like decide on that time so that I could move forward with that, that would be helpful. I think last time we were talking about not too late, but not too early because of dinner or sports or things like that. And
Yeah, I think some of the times that were thrown around were like 6 to 8 or 6:30 to 8:30. So I don't know if any of those, I think 7 to 9 feels pretty
Yeah.
late.
Yeah.
And I think 5:30 feels kind of early,
Yeah.
so.
It's a 2-hour presentation.
It's a little bit over an hour, but we had kind of talked about having like our students have kind of some panel discussion and to leave time to be able to kind of talk about it afterwards. So that would kind of give us a little over an hour for the presentation, about 20 to 30 minutes for discussion, and then another about half hour at the very beginning for folks to kind of come in and get resources or use some time at the end, so.
yeah, they stopped the video like in about 4 segments, so they divided it up into vaping for nicotine, and then THC, and then alcohol, and then opioids, and then after each segment was about 15 minutes. The people that co-facilitated that, they just kind of said talk and turn, and they allowed for some questions, so that would probably like extend the hour long, and then they had a speaker at the end. I remember I had to leave with my daughter, but you stayed, right?
Yeah, so they had an individual who shared about his experiences from how his involvement with opioids had kind of led to him being incarcerated, losing his job, and how he had to kind of rebuild after that, and kind of like what his life looked like and how it had changed. I don't recall his information off the top of my head, but
I mean, if we want, I'm sure, I know a lot of people, whether they would speak at that, I don't know, but I could, if we thought that that would be a good additional thing to do afterwards. I could reach out to some people.
having been for the whole thing, I think after the whole video, I don't know if it had as much of an impact as if that had been the sole purpose of the presentation. I think it was beneficial,
Yeah,
but I
that's-
think it was almost like competing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I think it maybe lost some of its
Yeah.
punch after the hour long.
Would a short
viewing.
intro from someone with lived experience?
I think that might be a better route to go if maybe that kind of
Yeah,
kicks it off.
10-minute intro and then go into the videos.
And just, or even thinking of students, like I have, I had a class in the fall, that had about 18 and I have 3 right now, close to 60 plus my club. Mentioned it to the club today, because I just started my 3 new classes like 3 days ago, so don't know them that well yet, but I'm sure we can get some students that would, you know, can say a few words as well. Sure that could happen. Depending how and what they say, we could figure that out too.
And we had also kind of thrown out there who was going to kind of facilitate the discussion, and since we both have seen it, I think, you know, if folks are comfortable with that, we don't mind kind of co-facilitating the discussion in the video if that works for
Yeah,
folks.
yeah, you've seen it, you've seen
Mhm.
it once.
Yeah, so we don't have, I know some of the other towns have looked at like hiring somebody to come in and kind of and facilitate, so I feel comfortable if, you know.
Yeah, we've been working together and we're meeting. Too, so
Mhm.
that's okay.
Did you figure out a place?
It's gonna be at the high school, Newington High School,
Good period of time. 6 or 6:30.
yeah, what do people think would be best?
I like
Six is
six.
fine.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then we were trying to estimate people to either, whether to have it in the auditorium or in the event center. Laura had given a great idea to try to gather some like people registering at parent conference time, which is the week or 2 before. So I talked to my students and they'll help out. They're gonna make like booths in high traffic areas during parent
Oh,
teacher
nice.
conferences. So that's why we're gonna get the flyers ready and like maybe a QR code to a Google form, just so we could kind of estimate some participation, and that would determine kind of where in the high school, but the auditorium space is nice right outside of it, in between the library and the auditorium. It would be a nice place for all the booths to be.
Booths,
So
yeah.
I personally think it would be a better space, but just there's more room.
The auditorium, you could spread out more.
Yeah,
Some people don't wanna go to this and sit
Yeah.
like right on
yeah.
top of, they like their space.
That was one of the things I noticed when we went to the West Hartford one, even though the auditorium wasn't like jam-packed, it was nice that people were able to kind of like sit as a family
Yeah.
if they wanted to, maybe like in their own space
Mhm.
without feeling like you were right on top
Right,
of people
yeah.
too. So there was still like some social distancing that was happening, and also you could, we sat in the back, so you could kind of see that throughout it, you'd see parents kind of
Right.
lean into their kids or their kids
Right.
lean into them. So I think having that space to spread out would be.
The only thing that I could see as an issue is that was in a middle school, which had a much smaller auditorium. So if we are gonna promote discussion in between sessions, with the size of our auditorium, and it say there were the same amount of people and they spread out, then the talk in turn wouldn't be ideal. We would have to encourage maybe seating kind of closer to the front, or just maybe block off some sections, but we could kind of figure that out as
Would
we go.
some of your students be willing to be there and help and maybe
Like
have
ushers?
a microphone so
sure.
that they could
Yeah, they could just
get the
carry it on.
microphone to the various folks that
Sure.
want to talk?
Yeah, Deanna's like, I got that.
I'll leave it.
Does the calf work too, just to back up? Only because like we're used to like put booths around like for career fair and college fair stuff and there's the projector.
Well, do
Yeah,
we
the-
want food? Cause if we wanted food, you can't do the auditorium, right?
They could
Can
do
we do it in the
hallway.
hallway?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In between.
But yeah,
maybe.
they did, I think West Harvard did like more like snack items, right?
Yeah.
So it was like, the like fruit pouches, apples, bananas, oranges, granola bars,
It's like
like fruit
easy.
snacks, like those kind of things, kind of grab and go, small bottles of water.
Yeah.
I will say, I just like the event center because it has it's a easy entrance on the side
Mhm.
there.
Yeah.
And isn't there a good sized hallway? I'm trying to remember
there is a
where
hallway.
you could set up
I
booths.
worry
If we,
that.
because I do like the smaller,
Yeah.
what
I
you're
worry
saying,
if
the
people
auditorium
come
feels like.
into the event center, they're just gonna leave the event center. They may
Not
not
if we put
move
food in the
through.
hallway.
Yeah.
Or if you put food, the people will.
I feel like
definitely-
Meaning
It's
they're
in our
gonna leave
hallway.
and not see the
Yeah.
resources.
Mhm.
So I will say we did do a presentation in the event center right before COVID. And we had tables set up along the perimeter. There were probably 8 to 10 people bringing their flyers and so forth. And there was enough room to do that and have the table set up for the presentation.
What's the capacity of the event center?
Do you know, Laura,
No.
capacity of the
It's
event
like
center?
80,
Is it 80?
I think it's like
80 to
somewhere in
100.
there, once you put food and stuff.
I mean, I guess,
Or the cafeteria,
Yes,
that
that's a lot
would be
Yeah.
smaller than I thought. Yeah,
Yeah.
CAF might be a good idea.
I mean, I think auditorium's fine. It was just like if there's an extra, I just remember like having booths and then the same kind of setting, if you want parents to be at tables together, they could all kind of crowd around, but then also like each end, maybe like they all scoot their chairs together on one end or another, and then it's easier for at least, oh, this table, you guys do something or to promote that conversation. But I think it's really dependent on how many people are CP, right? So.
So is your vision of the conversation, everybody conversing or breaking into groups? That's what I guess I'm
It
at.
was just, it was very informal. It
Okay.
was just kind of like, do you have any questions or just kind of talk and turn with someone nearby of like what your thoughts were on what you just saw? And then people, the co-facilitator just gave them a little bit of time to do that. And then they just said, does anyone want to share? And then some people asked questions, some people just shared like reflective statements and then
yeah, like one of the things that stood out to me was I think one of the parents somewhere said, so, how do we help our kids from just feeling like they need to do this to feel cool, right? And there was a student in the audience who said, well, I just want to respond to that. I think a lot of people are not vaping to feel cool as much as there's a lot of anxiety or they're feeling stressed, and this is like a way to relieve that. So I think there was some, in a way it brought some light to the reasoning behind why, from a student's perspective,
Right.
that seems like a good option.
Yeah.
And so I think some of that conversation was helpful, but it was maybe only, 2 to 3 minutes of talk and turn with the people next to you, and then a minute or two for 1 or 2 responses, and then on to the next segment. It wasn't an extended period of time.
Yeah. I don't want people to think that if they didn't register either, we would just
Yeah.
have to communicate that they can still open. And we were gonna invite the middle school as well. Just kind of advertise it townwide, open to her. But I know, and then this would only like the Google form, so to speak, would be at the conferences, so that would only be getting high schools, families to kind of register. I could certainly try to ask the middle schools, I just don't know.
Could you like a parent square
Well,
too?
Oh, yeah, we'll definitely put on parents and things like that, to ask to pre-register, but always like an estimate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like if there's a possibility for big numbers, then maybe the auditorium is the
Yeah.
best option.
A little bit more comfortable if they're watching like a movie
Yeah.
per se, so there's that, but then the discussion, but I think if we had people just kind of guiding to certain sections, then it would be all right.
Do we have techno people to do the movie? Cause you can see the level of technology.
Yep, we're definitely. Not me. No, I asked Tara, our principal, Tara Pigno, so I'm sure someone would.
The kids will got it.
I know,
The AV club, right?
but yeah, that's definitely probably the number one thing
Like,
that should be like.
Tim,
Send
no.
a backup person maybe.
I'm just gonna, you guys can set it up and
Yeah.
make it real friendly for us to just, you know, power it up and,
Exactly, make it look
and
like
then we'll
you know
shut
what
it
you're
down
doing.
when we go.
Yeah,
can set it up for
and
us.
Amplify is who we got the grant for this, for the rights to show the screening to. So what they'll end up doing is, now that we've kind of confirmed our date and time, they needed us to have our date, our time, and our location. And then once they have all of that information, they'll send us all of the information. So they need that first before they would send us the stuff.
Do you know if we could, I know we had one viewing of it, but is there any way, just for like preparation purposes, if you think they would let
February
us watch it
7th,
one
is
more
it?
time?
Probably. What's that?
Isn't it, full in a lunch hour on February 7th?
Yeah, there is. They're doing, whose lunch hour is it?
I wanna say it was was it a YSB?
YMCA?
Yes.
Was it-
CYSA or
YMCA.
YSB, yeah.
Uh,
I think I might be
That would
attending
be a
that one.
Catherine Doobie
Yeah.
where is it? Let's see.
email.
Oh, where did I put it? Is it here? Did I delete it? That's possible.
Well, we can find it and email it to everybody.
Here it is.
Oh, good.
They're doing a lunchtime movie screening on February 7th. It's a virtual screening of their latest movie, Under the Influence, which is the one that we would want to show. 12 to 1:30. And there's a link here to register, so I can put these in the minutes. Yeah. Or send this out to everybody.
I know I have class during that time, so I won't be able to watch it.
Unless your kiddos wanna watch it too.
Hmm.
We could, it doesn't, they can, but they're gonna see like 41 minutes of it,
Mhm.
so, but.
And they have a variety of different like kind of package versions of this. The grant we received is for one like full viewing.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I believe that also includes like promotional material too, so that will probably help with some of that. But once it's sent to me, I'll know what's in there, and I know they have like a classroom version of it, and then they have like the extended community presentation version. So I can see what they send us, and then we can kind of figure out which one
How,
makes the most sense.
how early will they send that?
I mean, now that we know exactly
Okay,
like day,
then you're
time,
just-
and what we're doing, I'm gonna send it to them in the morning.
Gotcha, okay.
So hopefully they'll be able to send it to us before the end of the week.
They're pretty responsive.
Yeah.
And we could check with Allison if there's a way of viewing it, just our youth adult council.
Yeah, which might be possible, like, they may say, oh, you guys can watch it to kind of like pre-screen
Yeah.
it, and then you have that public forum that you can. Yeah. Okay. All right, so 6 to 8, April 4th. I'm gonna put Newington High School when I send it to them, and then we can kind of, based on RSVPs, which room we'll be in. Guest speaker to kick off. Do we have somebody in mind that as a guest speaker to kind of kick it off? Okay, so something to kind of. And then we talked about the student panel from Youth Adult Council and the Stop the Stigma Club. Maybe also them, the club members helping as like kind of usher direct people. Gathering registrations during parent-teacher conferences, and then tabling, Amplify, Change the Script, Carillon. Is there any other resources folks can think of? I know we brainstormed kind of quite a few.
Yeah, I have right here written down, like, yeah, the change of script, the concept I have students in of the governor's prevention program, and then I reached out to David Vaughn, who forwarded, I wrote in my notes, forwarded his messages to colleagues from Harvard Healthcare. So I have to go back in my email and just kind of follow. I don't think anyone actually responded when he forwarded, but I have those people's names in an email, so I'll have to kind of not reach out again, but. so far
CCAR did speak at the last one we did, and they provided a speaker as well, so
Oh,
that
who
would
was
be a
that?
big
Oh, okay.
CCAR.
Okay,
I can,
yeah,
I'll shoot it to both you
yeah,
and
okay. Thank you.
Kayla.
Mhm. I'm wondering too, I don't know if this was on our list, but Toivo is like a wellness center in Hartford. And it's kind of like recovery focused. But they have a lot of different like wellness activities like sound healing and qigong, and they may be interested in doing a table, so I could reach out to them.
And this is a little bit older because it's for young adults. I'm also thinking about Turning Point.
Mhm.
They want to represent or at least send some information. It's a peer, it's a young
Yeah.
adult, so a little
But
bit.
that might be, I mean, if
They do have some
there's
stuff for you.
seniors and kind of in that area. Along the same lines, I had a call with the folks from Smart Recovery CT, Youth Recovery CT, and they kind of have targeted resources for that 18 to 26 range. Like different kinds of community groups and online support for young adults in recovery. Maggie Taylor, who's their community outreach person, had said that she would be interested in tabling too, so.
Sure, Ality would do it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It sounds like you guys got a great jump. So let us know if there's anything else we could do. If you think of any businesses that could help, let me know. If you need food, we
Probably
could
food would
probably
be
do
good,
that.
Yeah.
Oh, and then we were gonna try to do, if there were any funds or to try to entice people to stay to the end.
Mhm.
We were gonna try to offer like a raffle of some sort,
Got it.
like a couple of gift cards or something. And pull that at the very end so people stay. for the whole
They have to stay for
presentation.
You have to be present for the
Right,
drawing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right, so that was something, so that would, I think,
could definitely do that.
get students in, cause I met with my club today, but we were talking about mental health week, a lot of things, so I was just, they're like, oh yeah, definitely the other raffle. I said Chick-fil-A. They gave me all the places, all the cool places, yeah.
Just like down the
Yeah,
mountain.
like, they're like, oh, yeah.
You got
So-
it.
a Target gift.
Or Target, yeah.
I could probably get Chick-fil-A or TJ's.
Yeah,
Oh.
something like that,
Mhm.
so.
But if you want nuggets,
Yeah.
we could probably get them. too.
Go Chick-fil-A.
Let me know.
Oh, true.
Well, Bobby, the owner of this one, is not.
Okay, good.
All right, so you guys will keep us posted?
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're
so
meeting Friday
We
too.
meet Friday morning, so we'll hash out some more of the details and see if we can't nail down some of the tabling,
Yeah.
to have for our next meeting.
Thanks for all the work, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for all the work that
Yeah.
was already put in.
Yeah, sounds like a
Thanks.
cool.
Team effort.
And I think this will also kind of give us some from the tabling here, we can kind of build off of that for.
Sure,
That might work too.
sure. I think that's the next step, right? Family fun night.
Yeah. Family fun night. Okay.
So I do have, this is what.
Oh, that
the
was
senior-
so
I
fun.
did see the senior center let us borrow that.
Oh,
So
that's
it's literally
awesome.
like,
I knew they would have the
Fun.
best
oh
technology.
my God.
I know it. It's awesome.
I don't
That's right, that's right.
And it's totally
Things get
portable.
wild over there.
Incredible.
Like, you could just lift it up. I was
Calls
like,
for
show it on the
service.
camera. My arm's only so long. I don't know if you can see that.
So we don't have to do it at the senior center, cause this will go anywhere, so.
Oh, okay. Because I know we were thinking maybe possibly doing it at the high school in the CAF.
Yeah.
Yeah, cause that, I would say that would be the best, cause then
Yeah.
food,
Yeah.
we'd be all set.
Bingo hall.
There's a
Yeah.
lot of space in there, cause we sold out, we did about 190 people were there.
Awesome.
And this was one of our bigger fundraisers, so it's, and it's just a good time.
I'm
It's
thinking
just a good
also
time.
though, like make sure it's advertised at the senior center.
Oh, yeah.
You got it, girl.
Yeah.
That's exactly right, yeah.
When we were talking to Amplify about the screenagers, they also have a, responsible gambling like van similar to Change the Script, where they pass out like resources and stuff like that. So one of the concerns that had come up during our subcommittee meeting was, okay, we're youth adult council with funds from the local prevention council that, you know, is this a conflict if we're having bingo as a fundraising event? And the feedback we got from the folks as part of like the problem gambling committee through Amplify was, as long as we're doing it in a responsible way and we're promoting family fun night and this is a part of it, that would be great. And they suggested having the responsible gambling van come
That's cool.
as like a resource that's there and kind of partnering. And they said they would also table as well if we wanted to do a table. So I was like, yes, absolutely. That sounds wonderful. I think, you know, we would all be on board with that.
Awesome.
Bingo is the most responsible.
Yeah.
I don't understand. I don't understand.
Right.
It's all relative. I know, I know.
Prizes that they get are not money, right? Or do
So
you
I
do it-
think we had talked about in subcommittee, we had talked about maybe like raffle baskets or a gift card
Yeah,
or,
yeah.
we had talked about a few different ways. So either like the baskets are like on the table and you could put your raffle tickets in, or it's just, okay, basket number one, and we pull from the larger ticket basket. But
Those were prizes too instead of raffle.
Mhm.
It kind of removes it one step
Exactly,
away
that's
from
what I
that.
was just Okay.
Because there are state gambling rules about,
Yeah, it's like
That.
pay to enter versus
Right.
expectation.
Yeah, so we can keep working on that and what kind of time frame
yeah, did we have it?
do you wanna do that before
Yeah.
April or?
What's everyone's thoughts?
Do we
'Cause
have
we
the money
had
set aside
originally-
for the scholarship?
We
So
can
it's
make
not
that,
like 911.
yeah, we can make that work, but typically they're coming in at mid to late May that we're paying out on those,
But we have enough money in the account now to pay.
if we had, yeah,
If we didn't have the bingo,
Anything.
we still could afford the
the
scholarship.
2-5,
Yes.
yeah.
We're almost into February now.
Yeah, maybe
the
want to do it in
schools-
May, 'cause if you
I
try
was
to
gonna
do
say
it,
May.
try to do it before April, and this way you could advertise it at the April thing, you could advertise it
Yeah.
from early May.
Well, and I think we were originally hoping we would be able to have it in February. I think we got a little delayed,
Yeah.
and so we just got a little delayed. But I think that makes sense then, instead of rushing to try to get it done sooner. I know we were concerned with like February break and, you know, class schedules and things like that. So if May.
Because the end of March aren't the school
Works.
plays and all that,
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
all
usually
that
last week
hits,
of,
and so it's gonna get.
Yeah.
and then April break.
Yep.
So what's good then,
So
early
May,
May?
and you know what, May
I'd
might
say
be a
early
nice
May.
thing, right? It's almost the end of the school year. Let's do a nice family fun thing.
Yeah.
You know, before
Yes,
the
I
end of the
like to
school
watch
year.
spring sports. It's the only kind of like.
I would do it at the very beginning of
Yeah, I would
May.
say,
Just
Okay.
yeah,
the
it
very
gets
beginning,
crazy.
even the last
But-
weekend of
If you did it-
April or the first
Did
weekend
we
of
wanna
May.
do a
yeah.
weeknight, or
Weeknight.
we were talking about like a Friday
We
or
had talked about,
Saturday,
yeah, like
right?
a Friday or a Saturday.
Like family fun night out.
Yeah. I would probably do like. maybe
So you do
just
May
like-
3rd.
So then well, contingent on the high school, right?
Right, yeah.
So yeah, with all those things going on, we definitely need to get on their calendar
Yeah.
sooner than later.
This is fun. I know Toivo's really fun. That might be a nice. But if you want to have it in May, you could wrap it into not mental health awareness month. But
Yeah.
mental wellness awareness month
Mhm.
and have something that being part of the month.
Yeah,
I like that.
you could have like certain themed cards too, like, you know, if it's promoting one or something, like creative cards or something, you could make on like Canva and print them out, something like that. Just to
Like
raise-
wellness bingo cards, yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Mental health week is May
13th, yeah.
But they're child month, it's the whole month. But it's usually, I think, the second week.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Mental health week is May 13th to the 17th.
We do a wellness calendar every year for Connecting Care, where each day has a take care of yourself something. Yeah, it's like a happy basket, but also some information,
Yeah.
so we'll send it out and it'll give a link to like why being out in nature is healthy. So everything comes with kind of like an activity, go out in nature, take a walk, and then some little bit of, some information about.
And that's a calendar for the whole month of May.
Yeah, we do it every month.
So if
I mean, every
we
year.
did our thing May 3rd,
That'd be
we
nice.
could potentially hand those out.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You could
Yeah, that'd be
send
great.
people to our Facebook page, families
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
follow along.
Yeah, we could have flyers on the April 4th thing to tell them, a month
Okay.
from now, come back together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes
If you
sense.
want to use it,
That's nice.
or if you want to create your own.
Yeah.
I'm a firm believer in if it's already created.
Yeah,
then
well,
just
if
send
you,
it.
well, if you make a
Yeah.
calendar, then you have like a QR code
What
on
day
it
is
too
May
for more
3rd?
resources too, you can
Saturday or
always, to keep it going for your site. That would work.
Do you mind
Who
reaching
should I
back
send
out
it
to
to?
the high school and seeing what Friday or Saturdays are available?
I'm gonna make.
Are you gonna make them do it?
Yeah, because they're in the
Perfect.
school.
All right.
Does anybody from the school happen to know off the top of their head?
You guys have access to that red
May
calendar?
3rd or May 4th? May the 4th be with you.
Ah.
There it is.
Yeah, you probably don't wanna do it May. On Saturday.
The Cinco de Mayo?
Hold on,
Yeah.
there's a
Yeah.
And-
No, that's the 4th is a Saturday.
The junior prom is
That
also.
early in there?
There.
Oh, senior
Junior
prom
prom is May 3rd and the senior prom is May 10th.
Oh my gosh.
They're both Fridays.
Thursday the 2nd.
Thursday night.
Are you guys able to find out when the CAF is available? Any Friday or Saturday in May? Let us know.
Yeah. we could- Who did you talk to? Sarah?
You guys can send a bunch of emails to Mario Ficcicelli and he would be happy to tell you when the spaces are available. So he's the assistant principal that handles, through his house office, they handle all of the facilities usage. So they would be able to give you the information regarding like when the building's available and things like that.
I appreciate that. Thank
What
you.
date did you?
Perfect.
Any date that, it's gonna be tough. So any
Okay.
Friday or Saturday that's open.
And
'Cause-
Friday or Saturday.
'cause,
in
yeah, because they're gonna have the athletic end of athletics
Yeah.
happening, like, we're gonna.
Do we
take what
think a
can get.
prom is a deterrent? Or, like, would it be a
Not
deterrent for this?
necessarily,
I mean,
'cause
it seems like
typically
it's two
people
different.
that have kids going to prom aren't the kids that are coming to
Aren't-
our little
exactly.
bingo thing, but there are those parents.
Yeah, or if you have younger siblings.
Yeah,
I personally would avoid those days.
yeah.
Yeah.
So let us
Or
know
they need something to do while the
what's
kids are at
open.
prom.
Say it might be.
They don't wanna be worrying.
They're gone, right?
Their pictures and then they're just waiting for the cars to come back.
We'll be busy, so we won't.
But they do the
Yeah.
grad party,
Yeah.
for the senior prom, so that Friday and Saturday would be out, May 10th and 11th, I'm sure about that.
No, wait.
They do
Well, the
grad
grad party
party's
is
the
at
grad-
graduation.
That's what I'm thinking, sorry,
They-
graduation,
That's
not
June.
prom.
That's.
So that's true.
I was like, they do it twice now? These kids get out.
I know. I was about to be like,
Graduation with prom.
But yeah. Okay, so Friday or Saturday, we should have party.
Alright, I can ask
wouldn't be one
and
to-
I
After pro.
can get back to us.
The bingo.
Yeah, once we have a date, then we can.
Christina, I
fly
can,
or-
if you need me to check, just let me know, cause on Friday after we meet, I'm going up to Charmotte's office, so. Perfect. I can always, if you don't get to it, let me
Please,
know.
cause
I'll-
I've been asking for a lot of things lately.
Okay,
so-
that's fine, no, but I could go with you or whatever. We'll go together.
I'm totally good. Just go bother,
okay.
bother.
Is it Marissa who does it, or?
Marissa, yeah.
Awesome. Any other reports?
On the topic of our family fun night, I just was thinking about, and I kind of brought this up to Carol. Working on the flyer, one of the things that Amplify had suggested was like, anything we do through Youth Adult Council, because it's part of the local prevention council, we wanna put the Amplify logo on there. We're gonna put Human Services logo, if the school's involved, we're gonna put the school logo on there, the town seal, but we don't have something for Youth Adult Council, like a logo or a seal or a something,
We make
so.
one?
Anybody
I kinda wanted to
creative?
bring that up and see if anybody had any,
I would make one in
I think we had
Canva.
something years.
You can make one?
I've been doing a lot of graphic
Okay.
design lately. I just did the
Jessica,
entire Eastern Connecticut State University swim team's senior night, so I've been very into Canva lately, using that premium, so.
also been putting together
I-
presentation
I-
after presentation, and it's just like Canva, and I'm like, okay, here we go.
Like it's addictive, but.
Yeah, it is quite addictive, so yeah, I have to do that.
I
It's
think
very intuitive too, so once you start to do it, it's.
I'll make like 12
easier.
designs in like an hour,
Yeah.
so. Then you can
Perfect.
just send them
And then
to
we
you.
can kind of come up with
There
like
you
what
go. And
colors
then
we
we can vote by
want,
email.
and- Yeah,
We
The
can do
kids-
like,
Kids might have to vote.
yeah.
yeah.
There you go. I know our
Or-
town's
Liv,
Pantones and stuff.
Kind of put this out to the other folks too, who maybe weren't able to make it tonight, but if
Yeah.
you guys have design
Yeah, I was
ideas,
gonna
or if
say,
anybody
actual
does,
use.
any kind of input, like, we can kind of filter it to Jessica and to kind of incorporate
Yeah,
it.
no, if you guys have anything too, we can always, can stop by. We can Canva it up.
Mhm.
Also, you can work in the same document at the same time, so.
Mhm. Yeah. That was just something that kind of
No,
popped into
that's a
my
really good
head
point,
as we were
yeah.
kind of working on it.
Cause I think then we don't get credit, we also, people are wondering who we are,
Mhm.
because it's just like in the back.
And I think we had talked about, I don't know if this is the part for it or not, but, I think Liv, you had brought up the idea of like having bracelets to give out at like the family fun night or some swag stuff. So I think if we have a
Yeah.
logo,
Yeah.
we then have something we could put on pens or shirts or whatever to
Those
have
sleeves
maybe,
or
yeah,
whatever,
to have a
yeah.
little bit more
I feel
swag.
like probably the most important, like, part of a logo and like a design is what is our, like, color.
And does it mean something?
Yeah,
Is
and
there-
what does the color mean?
Purple is for
Purple.
addiction. Substances. Green is mental health awareness. Like the lime green of the,
We could use like the green and like a little bit of green and the Newington seal logo. Too.
yeah, that's like the green ribbon. Yeah, we've got, so I think for our town seal, we've got the picture of
The
the
waterfall.
falls there.
Nature.
And ours is the people in the hand.
We can do some.
You guys get creative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, and then the other piece, just to circle back to making it family fun night, not just bingo.
Mhm.
You know, there, like maybe some other activities, like, I don't know, face painting or
I
whatever.
was thinking we could have,
You can do that?
like a temporary tattoo station.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
Where
Yeah,
you can
it's
get
like-
like temporary tattoos on Amazon and like they have like the
Yeah.
big ones and
I
little ones
have
that
done
you
that.
can.
You can also make your own. I have the paper if anyone
Yeah.
wants
Oh,
some.
cool.
Yeah, yeah. It's like on Amazon, you can just buy like printing, it's like printing paper, but you put it
Oh,
on
cool.
and it's like
Whatever
temporary
you want.
tattoo ones. Yeah,
Yeah.
We could do our logo.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
We'll
We
do
can
like
do
that,
that. That's where I was going with that.
Photo
Took
booth.
took us a
Yes.
second.
Oh, yeah.
Very big with kids, right? The photo
Mhm.
booths where you
The
can take the
photo booth,
selfies.
yeah.
Yeah,
Or whatever, you know.
yeah.
We could do like mental health, like, just
Yeah.
like them in a coloring. We do it in our mental health week. I bought a book and just photocopied it, but, so, but it has like, just positive sayings on it and
Yeah.
kids can
Yeah.
color that.
Yeah, that'd be great.
We could maybe get someone to come in and do, like, have a massage chair.
That's something Pueblo does. Circles, the drumming circles.
Yeah,
are
they have like
always
the
fun.
drum circles and like Kelvin does the like sound baths, the like crystal bowls too.
They're doing, it's not Calvin, but they're doing that at the library on the
Just
sixth,
saw that.
Yeah, yeah.
I think next week on the sixth. But that sounds like and you have a connection with Tuevo?
Not anymore, because I think Kelvin moved on now.
Yeah,
Actually,
he
just got
does
an award.
something else. He does something else, but
He
I
just got an award.
think there's a couple of people, I think Heather's still over there. There's a couple other people, so I don't mind
But
reaching
they're,
out to
but
them
they're
and
very
see.
easy to,
Yeah.
like, as long as they have people to come
Yeah.
and you tell them kind of what activities and they can match up.
Uh-huh.
That's really the only issue, if they have somebody who can match.
That would round it out if we had them do a couple of things.
Okay. We'll need to get on that. You guys will let us know. Anything else? Other business? Public comment?
Oh, thanks.
I was gonna, anything, sir? Mr. Public? Call for adjournment?
To adjourn?
Second.
All in favor?
Hi.
And thank you,
Okay.
Laura, for all your help and work over the years.
Yeah.
We're gonna miss you.
All right,
Thank you,
let
Laura.
me